Matt wrote to us on Tip of the Week wanting to know the difference between arrows, kinetic energy, flight, and everything. The sad reality of the archery world is that all bow manufacturers make their bows to a 30-inch draw and shooting a 350 grain arrow. That's what their standard is. That's AMO. Then there used to be a thing called IBO, and those two would compare. The speeds would be different from one to the other. But an individual could take the IBO speed, add it with the AMO speed, divide that by 2, and that's pretty realistic what your bow is going to shoot. Very few people will get the rated speed that that bow manufacturer says. If they tell you that their bow is going to shoot 330 feet per second, and you're not a 30-inch draw, a true full 30-inch draw, shooting a 350 grain arrow, total weight, with nothing on your string, you're not going to get 330 feet per second. Just a fact of life. For every inch that you're under that, you're going to lose 10 to 12 feet per second in speed. So a person like me that's shooting 28 inches, 290s is what I'm going to be able to shoot. And it depends on what arrow that I shoot. I may get 295, but I'm going to be shooting in the 290s. All the arrows are rated with the grains per inch on them. And one of the questions was the arrows needed for small game, the arrows needed for medium game and big game. The same arrow that you shoot large game, let's say, deer, elk, antelope, bear, you can shoot that arrow at the small game. The main thing that you want to do is make sure your bow is tuned, that it is set right with the proper draw length, and we demonstrated proper draw length earlier. You want the apex of the string right here at the corner of your mouth so you'll have good form. If you want to shoot 30-inch draw and you're 27 inches in reality and you have that string way back here, all you're doing is developing bad form. But the arrows are rated. Stay 5.5 to 6 grains of arrow weight per pound of bow. So if you're shooting 70 pounds, I prefer to shoot 6 grains. My arrows weigh 420 grains, plus or minus 10%. That's a good figure to stay with. You can shoot 5.5, but try to stay on the heavier side. You'll have good bow performance, your bow will be quiet, and the main thing that you want is penetration. You want good penetration. And on most of the animals that I shoot, I get complete penetration. My bow doesn't shoot as fast, but my bow shoots consistent, it's quiet, and I have good kinetic energy going through. Now, another part of Matt's question is that big game animals require 65 pounds. Well, that's not true either, because a big game animal, a true big game, like South African game, and they require you like the most dangerous 5, the Cape buck, rhino, and elephant, and now they've included the hippo. Their law, their rule, and as Americans, if you hunt in South Africa, you have to follow not only the American laws as a moral hunter, but you have to follow their laws. They require you to shoot a minimum 80-pound bow, and then your arrows have to have at least 80 momentum. So you're going to have to shoot more than 65 pounds of kinetic energy to get good penetration. Now, saying that, a well-tuned bow with a slightly heavier arrow will do the same job. My son Brian was 11 years old, shot a kudu with a 50-pound Mustang using a 340 Easton shaft, 100 grain Muzzy, 3-blade, and got a complete pass-through at 20 yards on a kudu. And we're going to have that video for you.
Get the blood covered by you.
Too, buddy, yeah.
What you did in the horn. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Well, he came in about 45 minutes ago, And we kind of had a stare down contest for a couple minutes or so because so I let my bow down, and like I got really disappointed because he ran away, and I thought that was like my only chance. But he came back, and I shot him. At first, some of us thought we missed him, but the arrow went clean through him. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, what kind of bow you using?
Using a Matthews Mustang with full metal jacket arrows and 100-grain muzzies.
Finely tuned bow, a heavy arrow is better than a light arrow. You're going to give up speed. It's like buying a car. You want comfort, or do you want good gas mileage? You're not going to get both. Same way with archery. You either want a fast bow with a light arrow, little penetration, and all that's going to get you is a faster miss, or do you want to give up that speed, a little bit of speed, to have a heavier shaft to give you a lot more penetration, and you're going to lose fewer animals. Now, it may be controversial, because there's going to be people out there saying that I shoot a 200-grain arrow out of my 80-pound bow and I do this, and that's fine. You ask me, I'm telling you what we recommend. 5.5 to 6 grains of arrow weight per pound of bow. Anything in the northern United States, you can shoot warthog in South Africa, but when you go after true big game, then you need to go with 80 pounds, a minimum of a 600-grain arrow, and they want 80 momentum. Now, in the weeks to come, we're going to do a series of tips on tracking. Unfortunately, I have to go to South Africa to do that, but for y'all, whatever it takes to get the job done, I'm more than happy to do that. So, when we come back around July the 9th, we will have some good blood tracking tips for you. I'm Dave Leining. That's your archery tip of the week, and we'll have you pumping blood.